Great. Welcome to all my dear Bhaiya Bahan. How are you? Very good. You all are fine. Nice. Today we are going to start a poem. We all know that which poem we are going to start. Before starting the poem, I would like to ask you some questions and you have to reply that which poem we are going to read today. Have you seen any woman in your society whose husband is very cruel? Whose husband beats his wife cruelly? Very good. Some of the husbands you have seen in the society. Can a husband beat his wife? No. Then why there is a fear in the mind of a married woman if her husband is not good? She has always fear that what her husband will do next. So when we are getting married, we should take all information, we should get all information regarding the girl, regarding the boy whom you are going to marry. Suppose you married a boy who is drunkard and after marriage he doesn't behave well with you. You will feel that your life is hell. In the same way, for a boy, if his wife is not good, if his wife is idiot, if his wife is foolish, the boy understands that his married life is hell. Can you say which poem we are going to start today? Yes, the last poem of Flamingo, that is Aunt Jennifer's Tigers. This poem has been composed by Adrienne Rich. The full name of Adrienne Rich is Adrienne Cecil Rich. She was born in 16 May 1929 at Baltimore, Maryland, USA. And she was died in March 27, 2012. When she died, her age was 82 years. She died at Santa Cruz, California. Her occupation was a poet, non-fiction writer, and essayist. She got education in Radcliffe College. Her notable works is Diving into the Wreck. She got some notable awards in her life. First, National Book Award in 1974. Second, Bollingen Prize in 2003. Third, Griffin Poetry Prize in 2010. Her husband's name was spouse, you can say, Alfred Haskell Conrad. they had 3 children. And Adrene Rich was the third sister. Adrene Rich was 3 sisters. 2 sisters were elder than her. Her father was a renowned Her father was a renowned pathologist. His name was Arnold Rice Rich. Was the chairman of pathology at the Johns Hopkins Medical School. Her mother was Helen Elizabeth, was a concert pianist and a composer. Her father was from a Jewish family and her mother was a Southern Protestant. The girls were raised as Christians. Adrene Rich was an American poet, essayist, and feminist. She was called one of the most widely read and influential poets of the second half of the 20th century and was credited with bringing the oppression of women and lesbians to the forefront of poetic discourse. Rich criticized rigid forms of feminist identities and valorized what she coined the lesbian continuum, which is a female continuum of solidarity and creativity that impacts and fills women's lives. In this poem, we shall see a strong resistance to racism and militarism echoes through her work. The poem Aunt Jennifer Staggers addresses the constraints of married life of a woman experiences. In this poem, the poet focuses the bitter experience of married life, how a woman lives with a cruel husband. At first, we are going to know the summary of this poem. Now listen to the summary of this poem very carefully. In this poem, the poet expresses the inner feelings of a woman, Aunt Jennifer. The woman's name is Aunt Jennifer here. The aunt is embroidering a motif comprising of energetic, fearless tigers moving freely around the bright greenery. She is living a life of submissiveness to her husband's command. Her acts are dominated by him and she fears him constantly. This pattern of the free and fearless tigers reflects her inner desire to live a free and fearless life. The tigers are graceful, elegant, and bright. Aunt Jennifer's fingers tremble as she embroiders. She is old but still fears her husband. She does not enjoy the freedom to do anything as per her wish. She is scared doing the embroidery too and fears his wrath, his anger. Since the day she got married, she has been fulfilling the demands of her husband. The wedding ring on her hand is a constant reminder that she belongs to her husband. The burden of the demanding marriage has exhausted her. The torment will not end until her death. The fear will not end until her death. Even after her death, the ring will remain on her hand and she will never be free. On the other hand, the tigers that she is embroidering will continue to move around freely forever. Her desire of freedom and fearlessness will live on through her tigers. My dear, here in this poem we see there is a woman whose name is Aunt Jennifer. She compares her life with tigers. She feels that a dead tiger is better than her living life. She is alive, but there is no brightness on her skin. There is no happiness in her life. But when she compares herself with a dead tiger, she thinks that even after the death of tiger, it still shines. It still looks that it will jump. And she compares her life with the life of tigers. And she said, tigers are more better than her life. In this poem, the poet presents the exploitation of a woman after marriage if her husband is not good. And we all know that our society is male dominant society. Woman has to follow all instructions given by her husband. But in modern age, we see women are feeling more dominant on men. This is the reason we see that every day some divorce cases come to in our society. People have ego problem, but in old days a woman followed all instructions given by her husband, whether it was good or it was bad. Now see the first stanza of this poem. Aunt Jennifer's tigers prance across a screen. Bright topaz denizens of a world of green. They do not fear the man beneath the tree. They pace in slick chivalric certainty. Now recite this poem with me. Aunt Jennifer's tigers prance across a screen. Bright topaz denizens of a world of green. They do not fear the man beneath the tree. They pace in slick chivalric certainty. In this stanza, the poet is talking about a lady whom she addresses as Aunt Jennifer. Aunt Jennifer is embroidering a piece of cloth. It could be a tablecloth or a wall hanging. The pattern shows tigers who are moving and jumping around all over the fabric. They are bright yellow in color, like the color of the topaz stone. Here the poet has used metaphor. The dense green forest background is their home. They are proud and fearless citizens of the forest. Here is a contrast between Aunt Jennifer and her tigers. The tigers are fearless, but this lady who is embroidering them is not so. The tigers look sleek, chivalric, and certainty means look elegant, shining, and full of gentleman's grace. In this stanza, we see Aunt Jennifer is comparing herself with a tiger. She said, Aunt Jennifer is doing embroidery on a piece of cloth, which could be a tablecloth or a wall hanging cloth. She has designed it with beautiful tigers which are running fearlessly in the green forest. She has described their beauty by comparing them with a precious yellow stone known as topaz. She says that they appear bright yellow in the green backdrop of the forest. These tigers are fearless and they are not affected by the presence of man. Here we can sense the contrast of behavior between the tigers and Aunt. Though the tigers designed by her are fearless, but she herself is afraid of her husband. Further, the poet says that the tigers are proud and fearless citizens of the forests. They are very shiny and elegant. In this poem, there is rhyming scheme, that is AABB. In this stanza, you will mention the rhyming scheme AABB. Here the poet has used literary device, that is anaphora. Use of same word in two consecutive lines, they do not, and they pace in, so that there is anaphora. Another one is metaphor. Use of topaz to describe the yellow color of tigers, that is bright topaz. Now write the meanings of these difficult words. Prance means jump over. Across, from this to the other side. Screen, here screen is a wall. Bright, shining. Topaz, a transparent yellow stone used in jewelry. In Hindi it is called Pila Pukhraj. Denizens means dwellers, inhabitant. World of green means green forests. Beneath means under. Pace means run fast. Slick means shining and well developed. Chivalric means honorable. Certainty means confidence. Here the poet has also used alliteration, that is slick, chivalric, and certainty. Now see the second stanza. You will recite with me. Aunt Jennifer's fingers fluttering through her wool find even the ivory needle hard to pull. The massive weight of Uncle's wedding band sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hands. In this stanza, the poet describes the fear of Aunt Jennifer towards her husband. She says that while she is doing embroidery, her fingers are quivering, means her fingers are shaking with fear of her husband. Her husband doesn't approve of her hobby of embroidery. Her husband doesn't like that she should do embroidery. Therefore, she trembles while she is embroidering the piece of cloth. It has become difficult for her to pull her needle up and down. Then she describes the wedding ring which was given by uncle to Aunt Jennifer on their wedding day. She says that it is a kind of burden for her to wear this ring. She has been tortured by her husband so much that the wedding ring, which could have been a beautiful gift for her, seems like a burden to her. She has faced so many difficulties in her married life that the little ring is described as a heavy band on her trembling fingers. This means that the ring is associated with some bad experiences in the form of torture she has faced because of her husband's dominating behavior. Again, in this stanza, there is rhyme scheme, that is AABB. Here the poet has used alliteration. F sound is repeated in finger fluttering. Now, write the meanings of this stanza. Fluttering means moving about. Ivory means made of ivory. Ivory means teeth of elephant. Pull means drawing. Massive means heavy. Band means strip. In this stanza we see Aunt Jennifer's fingers are moving about her wool. She is making the tiger on the wall with the help of wool. But she is finding even the ivory needle hard to pull. Why? Because the heavy weight of uncle's, her husband's wedding band that bonded them together still lies heavy upon Aunt Jennifer's hands. Now, see the last stanza. You will recite the poem with me. When aunt is dead, her terrified hands will lie, still ringed with ordeals she was mastered by. The tigers in the panel that she made will go on prancing, proud and unafraid. In this stanza, the poet says that one can easily sense Aunt's desire for freedom and fearlessness through her design of tigers. Further, she says that it is not possible for Aunt to achieve this freedom during her lifetime. She will attain it only after her death. But here also the irony of her life is that still she will be tied up with shackles in the form of her husband's wedding ring. The ring was the sole proof of the tortures which she had faced from her husband. On the other hand, there are the tigers designed by Aunt Jennifer, which will always depict her desire of living a fearless life by jumping proudly and bravely on the piece of cloth. In this stanza, we have seen Aunt Jennifer will not be free from fear even after her death. Her terrified hands will lie in the grip of hard and unpleasant experiences of her past married life. Difficult times had suppressed and crushed her, but the tigers she has made in the panel go on jumping ahead, proud and unafraid. Again, in this stanza, the poet has used rhyme scheme, that is AABB, and a figure of speech, that is alliteration. P is repeated in the prancing proud. Now, write the meanings of difficult words of this stanza. Terrified means threatened, scared, afraid, fearful. Ringed with means surrounded by or encircled. Ordeals means difficult or hard experiences. Mastered by means controlled by or put under. Panel means board. Thus we have finished this beautiful poem composed by Adrienne Rich, and in this poem we have seen the sufferings of a married woman whole life even after her death. And my dear, if you are going to marry with someone, please try to be aware of that boy, try to be aware of that girl with whom you are going to marry, because marriage is not a play of dolls. If we are married once, we have to carry it whole life. So we should do marriage after getting all kinds of positive and negative informations regarding the girl and regarding the boy, so that after marriage we shouldn't repent ourselves. So this poem gives us this message: if we do marriage, our marriage life must be beautiful, not like the life of Aunt Jennifer. Now your classwork, prepare some classwork. I am giving you some questions. First question goes to you: what are Aunt Jennifer's tigers doing? Very good. Aunt Jennifer's tigers are jumping across a screen or a wall. Second question: how do they look like? Yes, very good. They look like shining yellow topaz. Next question: where were Aunt Jennifer's fingers fluttering through? Yes, excellent. Aunt Jennifer's fingers were fluttering through her wool. Last question: how was she pulling the needle? Yes, great. She was pulling the ivory needle with great difficulty. Now your homework: prepare question answers from taught stanzas and from the link which I have given you, and prepare all question answers of Aunt Jennifer's tigers. And after finishing poetry section, show your fair copy again. Till then, thank you. Have a nice day.